In this video, we debunk Thunderfoot's recent SpaceX Busted video. You should watch his video before this one, the link is in the description. Now on with the show. The booster refurbishment cost that Thunderfoot quotes is actually 4 years out of date, and corresponds to the first ever relaunch of the now obsolete version 3 of the SpaceX Falcon 9 rocket. SpaceX is currently flying version 5 of the booster, which has demonstrated a refurbishment cost of $250,000, which is about 1% of the cost of a new booster. This is a fraction of the refurbishment cost that Thunderfoot uses in his video. The marginal cost of each relaunch is $15 million. 15 million. 1-5. With the demonstrated launch history of the Falcon 9 rocket rapidly approaching 10 reflights per booster, let's do some quick math. SpaceX sells expendable Falcon 9 launches for $62 million. Let's be generous to SpaceX competitors by assuming SpaceX are not making any money when launching expendably at $62 million. So that's the first launch is $62 million, and the 9 subsequent launches are $15 million. That cost is spread out over 10 launches, each delivering 15,600 kilograms. So what does that work out to? $1,200 per kilogram. SpaceX is able to break even launching a kilogram to orbit for around $1,200 in 2021 dollars. SpaceX's primary competitor in the commercial satellite launch market is Europe's Ariane 5. The Ariane 5 sticker price is not directly published, and neither is their marginal cost. So I will compare the expendable Falcon 9 to a figure from industry analyst Ceradata from 2019, who had a price estimate of $175 million per launch. After plugging in the numbers, the Ariane 5 is priced at $8,750 per kilogram. In contrast, the Falcon 9 expendable price is $2,700 per kilogram. SpaceX is 1/3 the price. This analysis is for the Ariane 5, which is the most competitive Falcon 9 class launch vehicle that competes on the commercial market. And this was before the savings from reusability. It's no wonder that Ariane 5 has made a desperate 40% cut in response to SpaceX's market domination. Yet the Falcon 9 is still significantly cheaper. Okay then, let's return to analyzing reusability. As Thunderfoot points out, the savings SpaceX have made since achieving rapid reusability are not being passed on to the commercial customers beyond a 20% discount on the expendable Falcon 9 configuration. The reason SpaceX prices are not dropping is due to a lack of pressure from competitors, the inelasticity of the launch market in the short term, and because SpaceX are the ones capturing the savings made on the later relaunches by relaunching their own internally funded Starlink satellites. As many users in Thunderfoot's comment section have pointed out, throughout the video Thunderfoot did not account for inflation and conflates price, the sticker price charged to customers, to cost, what it internally costs SpaceX to conduct the mission. Thunderfoot is correct that the US government customers tend to be price gouged. SpaceX is able to do this because Europe's Ariane 5 is rarely used for US government launches due to protectionism. So SpaceX only needs to compete against the Atlas V and Delta IV rockets, which due to decades of cost-plus accounting without competition have developed high-cost structures. Given the level of false and misleading information in Thunderfoot's video, I want to take a moment to discuss the launch history of the Falcon 9 to show just how much progress SpaceX has made to rapid reusability over the last few years. Then, I'll close up by some final remarks. What you're looking at is a graphical illustration by Reddit user IndieZux. The link is in the description if you want to take a deeper look. Each row represents a specific Falcon 9 first stage, and the columns represent the launch year and month, with the exact number of days between reflights being displayed as text. From this graph, we can zoom in and see that the SES-10 launch, with the massive 40% refurbishment cost, was the first ever relaunch of the Falcon 9 first stage, after SpaceX had landed 2 boosters previously. Notice the massive 357 days between CRS-8 and the SES-10 launch. Also key is the booster used here was the Falcon 9 Full Thrust, which is the third iteration of the Falcon 9. But the Falcon 9 Full Thrust is obsolete and no longer flying. It's already 2 generations old. SpaceX only flies the 5th and final iteration of the Falcon 9 called the Block 5. SpaceX claims it was designed for 10 launches between inspections, so gas and go 10 times in a row, and 100 launches before major refurbishment, which I take to mean replacing the engines. The image on the screen only has data to December 2020, but since then, the core named 1051 has now flown 8 times. Turnaround times have also been excellent, with the 5th flight of a booster flying just 27 days after its previous launch. 27 days is a huge improvement over the 357 days just 4 years earlier. Less than 4 weeks is also very impressive when considering SpaceX only flew every 2 weeks in 2020. As SpaceX learns more about the wear profile, they'll increase the intervals between inspections and refurbishment costs will fall further. The first automobile was not the 1999 Toyota Corolla, which gets more than 200,000 miles with barely an oil change. It frustrates me that so many people seem to think that Elon Musk and SpaceX are complete fraudsters when it comes to Falcon 9 and Starship. Despite what Thunderfoot claims, SpaceX has been a revolution in terms of cost and access to space in the notoriously stagnant space industry. Even before reusability, nobody could compete with SpaceX on price, reliability, and schedule. I found Thunderfoot's analysis to be very weak compared to his reputation. I found his video full of misconceptions to the point of spreading misinformation, and I wanted to make a rebuttal. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. If anyone has interest in this video, I might make more in the future.